promising you this or that. And I hope everybody asks that question as a threshold question. Because you can't fix all this stuff unless we deal with what you're talking about. And here are some ideas. One, we need to end gerrymandering in this country for political purposes. That was part of the House bill that we just passed. It's now in the Senate. My bill, I am the guy who wrote that bill in the Senate. It is a bill that bans political gerrymandering. And some people said, well, we give up too much as Democrats. And I said, that's not the point. The point is that people should decide who their elected representatives are. The elected representatives shouldn't be deciding who their people are. And I'm glad Nancy included a version of that in her bill, and that I would say is a number one thing. Second, we should at a minimum require disclosure for everybody who participates in our political process through advertising or through by contributing to committees and other things. The Supreme Court has made it clear that disclosure requirements are not unconstitutional, even under their warped version of what the Constitution requires and what the First Amendment requires. And that's another one of those kinds of bills where it's hard. Who in America is really for a lack of disclosure, except for the Koch brothers and the people that work for them in Washington, D.C. So that's a good, fertile place for us to be. But I don't think that's the end point. The end point has to be to get rid of Citizens United and get this money out of our politics. It's a good first step. Third, lobbying reform. Here's my favorite lobbying reform. And again, I've had this bill for years. This is not, I didn't just think this up because I decided I was going to run for president. I believe that if you have had the privilege to serve as a member of the House or the Senate, you should accept a lifetime ban on your ever becoming a lobbyist. The reason I believe that is twofold. One, people think we're going to Washington to get rich. I don't actually think most people are doing that. But the reality is, if you leave the majority of people who leave the Congress and don't retire become lobbyists. And that just creates a sense of circularity and insularity and I think creates an incentive structure, to go back to Ken's point, that says, maybe I don't want to take these guys on because afterward I might want to get hired for $800,000 or $1 million. We should ban that, even if everything I said wasn't true, just to send a message to the American people that says, we hear you. And by the way, if I do get elected president, this will be in the first package of bills that I introduce. That ban would be part of it. Those other two bills would be as well. And fourth, on voter suppression, which you asked about, I look at this issue as like you're either for the Republic or you're not for the Republic, small r. And if you're for the Republic, you're for people voting. And if you're against the Republic, you're not. And if you're for a set of policy ideas that you think can't compete in the public square, and therefore you have to make it harder for people to vote, you're a miserable person. It's hard to believe in the 21st century that would be under assault, but it is under assault. And so, I think the stuff we included, not I, but in the House bill about automatic registration for people that are 18, all the stuff they did in there to make it easier for people to vote, that's something we as Democrats should be for, but I think more than that, it's something we as Americans should be for. Barack Obama often said, there's nothing we couldn't solve as a country if every eligible person in the country who voted actually voted. And I think that's a really worthy project for all of us. I would say to those of you that have college kids or know people who have college kids, the coolest thing that anybody could do would be to get 100% of the people at their university to register and to vote, and then lord it over everybody else in America. In Colorado, just at this point, we had the second highest voter participation rate of any state. I'll give it to her, Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota. They had that, but that's a result of our making it much easier for people to vote, having a longer time for people to vote, and our democracy hasn't failed as a result. We've got more participation as a result. So thank you for the question.